everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold and today's video is my part 3 of how to intuitively channel using muscle testing. So today's topic is how to muscle test to get straight A's on your exams as a student. This is for people who have anxiety when they're getting tested, and most of us, or a lot of us, I certainly had this, is I would study and I would know the material, and then I would get into the exam and my ego would be so loud that I couldn't retrieve the answers. So this is just a tool to assist you in that anxiety state of not being able to remember the answers. So you've already studied, or you read the material, or you listened in class. So this isn't a way to cheat, it's just a way to feel more comfortable and to retrieve the answers easier. So when you get to school, after you've studied, you reviewed your work, you've read it, and as long as you've read it, your subconscious is going to remember the material that you've read or the material that you've heard. Now, I always recommend having something programmed to the subconscious mind 3 times, because the first time the subconscious says, huh? And the second time it says, oh, I hear you. And the third time it remembers it. So that's another tool if you're studying and you're having a hard time. If you reread something like 3 times, or you say it out loud, when you say it out loud, it's another way to remembering it. So when you're reading your notes to study your studies and you say it out loud as well, you're reading it and you're saying it out loud, the brain's going to remember it or store it more efficiently. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to muscle test in class while you're writing the exam, without anybody kind of wondering what you're doing or thinking that you're really strange. So the first 2 videos I did on how to muscle test, I showed you how to muscle test by standing up and your muscles get moved forward if the answer is yes, and move back if the answer is no, and also using the pendulum. Well, those 2 ways, it's going to kind of be hard to do that writing an exam or a test. So there is a way that you can do it by sitting, and you're going to go lean from side to side. So the way that you're going to train your brain, train your subconscious to answer the questions of yes or no. This works really good on multiple choice questions, especially. So you train your brain, so you sit down and ground yourself, and when you get to the class, just to calm yourself down, first sit down, ground yourself. So picture tree roots coming out of your feet all the way down to the center of the earth. And then pull your consciousness in, because a lot of times when we're having anxiety, our spirit's saying, I don't know if I'm safe in this situation, so I'm going to step out. And the spirit stepping out, hitting your auric field, is an alarm system. That's what's causing the anxiety. Your spirit's trying to leave your body, but you're not going anywhere. You have a soul contract to be in this body in this lifetime. So pull that spirit back in. Just visualize a light. Pull it back down through your crown chakra to the center of your abdomen and say, it's safe to be in a human body, it's safe to be on planet Earth, it's safe to be here writing this exam. And then expand that energy out. And then when you expand that energy out, your vibration, you have a higher frequency of love, your consciousness is expanded, you're in your power, heart-centered power. And all the people around you in the exam, a lot of you are picking up on their anxieties or their stress about the exam. So just put the intention, I command that I don't want to feel how anybody's feeling, because many of you are empaths. Well, most of you are empaths and are watching this, so just command, I don't want to feel how anybody's feeling in this room. I'm not channeling right now. I don't want to see how they're feeling. And really be firm with it. When you say the word I command, then you evoke the God within you to create your reality. So I command that nobody in this room is allowed to attach any of their energies to me. And I command that I don't attach any of my energies to them. I don't want to see how they're feeling, and then you'll be more centered and feel more powerful instead of this whole anxiety. So getting yourself centered and strong in your essence when you first sit down into the exam. The next thing to do is when you go to write your exam, if you get to a question where you don't know the answer, but you know it because you read it or you studied it or you heard it, your subconscious remembers it. So the way to muscle test is to ask the yes or no question, like in the first video I showed you, or other videos that people have had out there to muscle test. It's the exact same thing. So we're going to train the brain. You can do this before you go into write the exam, practice it at home. So you're going to say to your subconscious, if the answer is yes, my body will move to the right. So you're sitting comfortably, and it's the muscles in your buttocks that will just pull you to the right. So, and then if the answer is no, I'll be pulled to the left. So you're just training your brain. So if the answer is right, my body's going to go to the right. If the answer is no, my body's going to go to the left. And it'll just be like a subtle pull. Nobody will notice. Your teacher's not going to notice. The students around you won't notice. So say that you're on question, the first two questions are easy, you know the answer. You get to the third one and it's a question, and then there's multiple choice, A, B, C, D. And you're like, oh my God, I know this, but what's the best answer? There's a lot of those with these multiple choice questions. Those are the ones I hated. So they're all right answers, but what's the best one? So you want to say to the subconscious mind something like concrete, something that it recognizes, very specific. So is the answer to this question, so say it's question 3, and you read the question, is the best answer or the most correct answer A, and then read that answer, and then wait. If the answer is yes, it's going to go to the right. If the answer is no, it's going to go to the left. Is it A, B, C, D? So just take your time and do that. Check it a couple times. So say you get to answer, the question A, and the answer is no, you'll go to the left. You get the answer B, and it's a yes. Double check with C and D. Is it the right answer? No, no. So then you know it's the B one. So it's your brain remembers everything that you studied. It's just you're retrieving that answer. If the first few times you do it, you're not quite sure if it's working, it's because your egoic mind's coming in and telling you this is stupid, it's not going to work, don't believe it. That's going to happen for the first little while. Once it works, you're going to have the belief, and then the trust and the belief are there, and then it's going to work after that very rapidly. It's going to work. You're going to get the correct answers, but at first the ego is going to try to stop that. Just go with it. The first few exams that you do, or first few tests, maybe it didn't work, and then you get your test back and you're like, oh my God, that was right, it did work. And now you have the belief. The next test that you go to write, you check in, you train your brain again. Okay, if the answer is yes, I'm going to go to the right. If the answer is no, I'm going to go to the left. And you're sitting there writing it, and you get to a question, and you're like, before you panic, just say, okay, I have another tool. I have this tool where I can ask my subconscious mind, what is the most correct answer? Or if it's not a multiple choice and it's something where you have to write an answer, if you can't remember a word, pulling that answer in, you can connect with your teacher and ask some questions. So how you do that is you ground yourself and you ask permission. Can I connect with my teacher's consciousness? And then you'll get the answer yes or no. And ask the teacher's brain, ask the teacher's subconscious, what's the correct answer? Is it A, B, C, D, or is it this word? but it has to be a yes or no answer. It has to be specific. As in my last videos, if you go back and watch part 1 and part 2, I'll explain why it has to be specific. So yeah, so this is how you can go in with more confidence to write those exams. This is for people who just like panic in like high stress situations. A lot of times it's empaths because we're so sensitive to energy and we're picking up on everybody's energy around us. So really getting grounded, feeling safe in your body, not fearing that you need to put a bubble of protection around you, because that's the old way. It's like, oh, I have to put a bubble of protection around us because I don't want anybody to attach their energies to me, or I don't want to anyone to psychically attack me. But we are everything. We are all that is. So what is there to be afraid of? If you pull your consciousness in and expand it out, you're connected to everything, but you're not allowing what you've decided to come in. So I'm going to expand my energy out, but I don't want to feel, or I command that I don't feel how everybody else is feeling. I don't want to feel everybody's stress in this room. And then you'll be calm. You start to write your exam. If you come to a question that you're not sure of, you have your muscle testing tool. You can connect with your teacher and ask her the yes or no question, like, is the answer to question 3 A, B, C, or D? And muscle test that. After you're done connecting with your teacher's energy, disconnect fully from her energy, because you don't want to feel her stuff all day. So it's like, okay, do I have permission to connect with my teacher's energy to ask this question? You might get a no. If your teacher's blocking you, then you're not going to be able to connect. But you might get a yes, and if you get a yes, then you can retrieve the answer by connecting with the consciousness of your teacher. Now, after you're done that, fully disconnect. Or if you're muscle testing anybody, like maybe a friend or someone who's crossed over, always fully disconnect from their energy and command that they fully disconnect from your energy, and that you command that you fully disconnect from their energy, and then fully integrate your consciousness back into your body and expand it out. Now, you do this so that you don't continue to feel their energy all day, because when you're tapping in or connecting with somebody else's energy, you're feeling their stuff. It's not going to harm you. There's no energy that can harm you. You are all that is. We're all connected. There's no separation. It's, you know, this, well, you're all aware there's this illusion of being separated from everything, but everything's energy. And if you fully are powerful and in what you're allowing and commanding what you're allowing in your reality, then that's what you're going to create. So disconnect from your teacher, you know, give gratitude to her spirit for helping you with retrieve the answers to your questions, and have fun. You'll have this little magic tool to go into your exams with, and you'll be more comfortable writing exams with less anxiety. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to say thanks for watching my videos, and have a great day. I just want to add one more thing. When you're asking the question, when you're muscle testing, you say it silently. You don't say it out loud. Well, you can say it out loud if you want, but if you're in public or you're in the classroom and you're writing a test and you're muscle testing to see if the answer is A, B, C, or D, say it silently. There's no difference, because thoughts are energy. So if you're connecting with your spirit guides to muscle test, or you're connecting with your higher self, or you're just asking your subconscious a question, you can say it in your head, say it in a thought, say it silently, and wait for the answer by your muscle testing movements of yes or no. Anyway, all this can be done silently. Or if you're at home alone and you want to ask it out loud, you can ask it out loud, but it works either way. There's no difference. Thanks again for watching these videos. Have a great day.